Hello and welcome to day 4 of the 5-day challenge. Yes, we will have additional days in our challenge over the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We are working on finalizing which actual topics you guys would like to listen to and hear. Today, there was only one workbook page. The rest is all just going to be me chatting and talking about the different things that you can do to decompress or get your movement in. So I'm going to bring up the couple of slides, and then at the very end, I have the lovely Rebecca who is going to help me with a special announcement that we're going to have for you. So it should be an exciting day. So today is movement and decompression, and you're going to wonder why this is important to mention when we're talking about leaving one career for the other. Well, often what we are seeing is that movement and decompression are not happening, especially when there's a lot of stress and anxiety. So if you are stressed and anxious about the current job that you're in, you could be doing a lot of detrimental damage to your health, which could actually cause a lot more problems down the road. Plus, those who decide to become an entrepreneur, I also want to talk about what you can do next about movement, because when we have regular 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of times there's a little more movement. When you become an entrepreneur and you're working around the clock, because it's natural to do that in the first couple of years of the business as you're growing and expanding, you're not actually moving a lot, and you're actually counterbalancing the benefits of having a job at home. Like, you should be moving a little bit more. I know that didn't completely make sense, but when you work from home, you tend to move less. You tend to just sit at the desk all day working instead of actually going to and from. When you work outside of the home, there's that going into the office, walking into the office. There's a little more movement. And I have proven this. When I first started working from home, I had my little Fitbit, and it would tell me I did maybe 2,000 steps in a whole day. And that was working from home, running the home, doing everything. As when I was going out to the office, I would do 5,000 to 6,000 steps without even thinking about it. When I was a nurse, I would do well over 10,000 steps. So if you are an entrepreneur, I do encourage doing some sort of movement, even having one of those floating desks. So you could be standing up part of the day, pacing a little bit, or just kind of having those little breaks. For me, 3 times a week, I get out and go for a walk with my dog, as long as nobody else is out, because my dog doesn't like other dogs. But we do that movement piece to keep active, because if we sit, sitting is the new smoking. So if you sit too long, you're going to end up causing a lot more damage to yourself. There could be heart issues, there could be weight issues, there could be, I think there's been diabetes proven by just sitting sedentarily. So you do want to have some sort of movement. So we will talk about that. Before we talk really about movement and decompression, we have to understand that stress and anxiety are part of the reasons we might not be moving or decompressing as much as we want, and the ill effects of having too much stress and anxiety and what they can do. So they can create addictive behaviors. So I can tell you that for sure, when I was extra stressed as a nurse, I would come home and have wine. Not a healthy habit to have had. My husband could often tell which floor I had been working on when I was working at the hospital. If I came home and just grabbed a bottle, he knew that I was in the ER and it was a stressful day. If I came home and I wanted a lot of chocolate and some wine, he knew that I was probably working on the mental health floor, which could be a little bit extra stressful. If I came home and just crashed in the bed, he knew I was probably on the stroke or cardiac floors, because all I did was run around all day. So it's those little things that you can notice and you can combat them. So if you notice that you have addictive behaviors for certain things coming to your job, like maybe you need to go out and smoke all day because your job is so stressful, then you need to learn how to decompress and move so that that stress doesn't build up and cause harm to your body. So one part I had increased blood pressure due to all of the stresses of my job, which has detrimental effects to my health. It made me have zero immune system. It made me lose my hair. It made me depressed. It made me gain weight. There was a lot of things from that stress and anxiety of my job. So understanding your stress. I told you today is going to be a pretty short training because we're just talking about movement and stuff. So movement does not mean you have to be going to the gym 5 days a week. Movement does not mean that you have to be doing a vigorous HIIT program. It just means you have to be getting some sort of movement in each day. My chiropractor suggests 3 walks a week, which doesn't seem like much, but they only have to be like 1 to 2 kilometers. That's a very short distance. Get out, get back in 3 times a week is enough movement to prevent some of those bad things that can happen to your body. For strength training, because we also want to make sure that you're doing a little bit of strength training. I don't need you to go to the gym 5 days a week and lift all of the weights, but just doing core things like planks. Planks work out a lot of your body. Squats are really great for your legs, and you can do multiple different types of squats or lunges. You could do small push-ups. I understand if you can't do the full push-ups, there are modified push-ups, just small little things. You don't have to go to the gym to do this little bit of movement to make sure that you're keeping up and healthy. Now, decompression. I urge you for your decompression, don't rely on alcohol. It is a natural thing that people want to rely on to decompress and get rid of the stress. I want you to try and find healthy ways to decompress. So some of the really healthy ways are doing a little bit of meditating, doing a little bit of journaling, breathing, really practicing yoga breathing. It's incredibly helpful. It reduces your blood pressure, it reduces the stress in your body, and it releases these endorphins that naturally decompress you. So working on your breathing, working on your meditating, doing some journaling. If you really need to vent, find a friend that you can vent, because sometimes that works as a great decompression, or find that group of people that you can rely on and chat with so that you can get it out of your system. Because if you hold that stress and anxiety in, again, it is going to have detrimental effects to your body and health. So really, that is our training today. I told you it wouldn't be long. I purposely kept it shorter today because we have the exciting announcement that Miss Rebecca is going to help me with. So yeah, we really want to focus on our movement and decompression as we are in a position that we are not happy with. So we will take a small break and be back. So as we've talked a lot this week, we've mentioned a group program that we run a few times. So we are going to launch the group program, and we wanted you guys to be first in line to see everything that you can get. We have revamped the group program. I'm just waiting for there we go. We have revamped the group program to be even better. We've run it twice in beta groups and we've had great results. But as each time we've run it, we've tweaked it to perfect it because we believe in delivering the best quality that we can. So we thought we'd walk you through it. As you'll see on this beautiful page, there is a cute little video. We're just gonna, keep scrolling. So what you'll learn in the blueprint is we will really reignite you with yourself. So as women, we naturally are caregivers. So we think of others before we think of ourselves. And we often lose those passions that we grew up with because we're too busy taking care of everything else. So we reconnect you with you by doing human design and personality. And we really dig deep into who you are and the qualities you have and the natural gifts that you have. So we can I don't know the exact word I want to say, but I want to say you fall in love with yourself again. And I've seen it time and time through the process where people are like, that's me, that's exactly me. Why am I not doing that? One girl actually said, yeah, all I ever wanted to do was work for non-for-profits. And here I am slinging coffee. Like, why am I slinging coffee? I am meant for more. So we reignite you with who you are. We work on your limiting beliefs because naturally we put up those barriers and those walls because we don't feel we're good enough. We feel we're too old. We feel that people are really going to judge who or what we are. So we put up those walls. So we really break down those walls and we make you see why they're not valid reasons to be scared of. Again, as we talked about in our mindset, there are sometimes those fears that are valid. We will work on those fears if they do come up, and we will definitely direct you if there are things that we can't actually help you with, that it's actually a psychiatrist or psychologist that needs to work on those barriers. But any of your regular limiting beliefs, I am NLP certified, so I will help you as much as I can. We also, halfway through the program, if you're going to become an entrepreneur, we work on giving you a business in a box. So we make sure that everything we're going to do forward, you have not only the support and community, you have all of the tools to go forward and be successful, so that we can eliminate a lot of that stress that we have been talking about and anxiety of going out on your own. We have a beautiful little section on who I am on this page, which you will have access later on this afternoon to. I'll let you read that on your own. It's hard talking about myself sometimes. So a lot of times when we want to go into a new job, we're worried, we're scared, we're fearful. But when we're in a job that we don't like, we're actually doing harm to ourselves. I remember waking up 3 or 4 times a night, stressed that I was going to have to go to work the next day. I remember shaking before I would go into some of the properties as a nurse. I remember staying awake all night and not being able to sleep because I knew I would have to go and do something I didn't care about the next day. So we want to try and eliminate those things by working for 10 weeks and getting rid of all of those stressors for you. Plus, it all can lead to burnout, which I am very much in the know. I am still working through the process of burnout. I'll let her continue to scroll. So what is included? So I've already mentioned that we have a business in a box. We also have 2 calls each week that can range from 1 to 2 hours. One will be a training. During that training, we will have a theme for that week that we will be working on that whole entire week. There are 2 weeks that will be the same kind of trainings because that's when we work on like our business plans and our action steps moving forward. We also have guest speakers coming in for a few different subjects. That way you can learn from those experts, because I'm not an expert in everything. We all have our expertise, and maybe one day you'll be the one talking in the group. Maybe you'll discover what your expertise is during the 10 weeks. Excuse me. We also have Slack channel. If you don't know what Slack channel is because you've never actually worked with it, don't worry. We will walk you through that whole process, but it is a place kind of like a Facebook group, but in a different way, where you don't have to be physically there all the time and you can have better access. You don't have to be scrolling Facebook to see what's going in there, but we can categorize different subjects into the Slack channel. So say you have a blocker, you can go under your blocker. Say you have a win, you can go under your win. It is just a different way to categorize it without having the confusion of a Facebook group. We will have a Facebook group. It is more of a public / private Facebook group. So in there, it is going to have all of our past people who have gone through the program. It is going to have lifetime access, and we will slowly check things in there as the programs are ongoing. The Slack channel, however, will kind of dissipate as soon as the program is over. And if you're not in the Facebook group, we will get you over there. You have email access to us, and know that we will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. I love this little section, and I might read it a little bit better. Personalized feedback for you guys. So as we go through the program, we are definitely going to support you the whole way through. So I mentioned earlier, there's hot seat sessions in those hot seat sessions, most people are uncomfortable going into those sessions and they dread them, but they actually have the biggest impact throughout the whole program. I have seen women literally scared to death to go in, but after they're done their whole hot seat session, be like, oh my God, what was I scared of? That was the best thing that could have happened. You got rid of all of my blockers. Now I know exactly what I want to do. The first time I ever went in the hot seat, I was exactly like that. I went in because I had a mommy daughter blog and I had my social media business, and I had them under the same name, under the same brand, under the same kind of thing. And it was confusing for audiences, but I just wasn't willing to give up that piece. I wasn't willing to break apart. I didn't want to hurt my daughter's feelings that I wanted the social media business off to the side. But in that hot seat, they made me realize that I was putting too much pressure on the mom-daughter relationship, and I needed to separate the two so that one, the business could grow, and two, the relationship could stay solid. And I can tell you it was the best decision ever, because the second I separated is when my business actually really skyrocketed. So we'll walk you through all of that. We will have homework. We will have feedback from that homework to make sure that you are actually getting value out of the program. We don't want you to go through this program and not take away anything. So we will help you with that. We're not like a teacher. We're not going to give you a 90 grade. We are going to literally just make sure that you are on the right page, because as we know in human design, people take in their teachings differently. So we want to make sure that you're understanding the teaching that we're trying to teach you. So homework is the best value for that. If you're stuck on your homework, reach out to us. We are more than happy to answer any questions you have. So this is a breakdown of the 10 weeks. I do suggest you really take the time to read through this. We call it the evolution blueprint because you're evolving from a seed or a job that you really don't care for into one that you absolutely love and are skyrocketing in. So we use the evolution of mankind. So the newborn model is you're just being born, you're just rediscovering who you are, you're discovering the world. And then we go all through the stages. The preteen and teenage stages are when you're really discovering what you want to be doing. You're putting those plans in play. My son is currently in the process of doing that as he's trying to get ready for high school. So we work through all of those. I do suggest reading through this process. The results speak for themselves. You come out with a plan, you come out with an idea that you're going to move forward, you have the tools, you have the support, you have the community to move forward. The biggest compliment we get after everybody goes through the program is, thank you for the clarity you gave me in moving forward. And then a note from myself, I won't read it. It's a little thing you can have. So who is this perfect for? So this is perfect for those who are staying awake. You're constantly daydreaming of a new job. You have side hustles. I know it doesn't have that here. You have side hustles. You have multiple jobs. You're trying absolutely everything to leave your one job to go into a new job, but you're having no success. You're trying that network marketing and you just can't take a go. You're seeing all of these girls flourish in network marketing and you're just not seeing it happen for you. It might not be that network marketing position isn't for you. It's just that you're not going through the right steps to make sure that you're successful. So even if you decide to come into the program and you want to stay in the same MLM and we work through all of that, we will be able to give you tools to be successful in that as well. So it's not just you leaving a job, going into a new one. It might be you gaining new tools to make the one decision better. The only person this really isn't for is if you have no wants of being an entrepreneur, and that includes the MLMs, because we're giving you a business in a box. So if you don't want to be an entrepreneur or skyrocket your MLM, this is not going to be a good course for you. And our baby program would actually be better for you because we go through all of the first steps of discovering who we are. We work through all of our problems. We figure out our good skills, our bad skills, and what we want to work on. And then we can move you into our good friend Jen Warrington's pipeline, and she can help you find the exact position you're looking for. So if it's something that needs training, she can help you figure out what training you need. She can help you figure out which transferable skills we can use in going into that new job that you want. So she is very helpful. So she's in our back burner as well. So if this program doesn't work for you, our other one definitely would work for you. We also don't want anybody who is not coachable. And what I mean by not coachable is not willing to listen to the feedback that we have to give, or other people or other members in the group have to give, because you as members also help shape the other members' lives by giving that community and feedback. It won't all be us teaching you. It will be you guys teaching each other as well. So we've gone and described everything that is in the group. And then these are some of the members who have given us some feedback, who have gone through the program. So this is the pricing of the program and everything that is included. We don't believe in charging $19.97 and then actually charging more if you break down those programs. I believe in giving fair. We also don't give extra bonuses if you pay in full. We make sure that you have the plan throughout the whole thing. So if it's $19.97, it's $19.97 whether you're on a payment plan or not. If you want to discuss further, we will definitely set up any calls for you. So do definitely read through this page. And then these are our commonly asked questions. What is the time commitment? So the time commitment is around 3 to 4 hours a week. There are going to be a couple of weeks that are a little heavier, like when we're doing the business plan. You can certainly break the business plan up over a few weeks, but on general, 3 to 4 hours a week. If you can't make it live, the replays will definitely be in Kajabi. If you are getting stuck on stuff, definitely reach out and we will help you. We don't want you doing 8 to 10 hours a week and stressing out on this. We definitely want you either going into Slack or asking us questions. Do I need to leave my job right away? Absolutely not. We prefer you not. We would prefer to have the steps so that we can set you up to be successful, so that you don't have to go through the anxiety of figuring out where your paycheck is coming from tomorrow. Will there be support throughout? Absolutely. Between the Slack, the emails, and in the group, we will also be chatting a lot there. There isn't a refund policy. However, if you go through the program and you figure out after the 4 weeks that you don't want to be an entrepreneur and you don't want the business piece, we will refund you back a certain portion. And we will give you direction as to what your next steps are. The intensive starts March 28th and goes for 10 weeks. We purposely started it March 28th, as we know a lot of moms or females at the moment have spring break, March break, February break. We don't want to interfere with any of those vacation plans that you may have. And we want to start fresh and go through the whole spring and work so that in the summer you can either relax or you can be starting your new job. So that is the Evolution Blueprint page. We will definitely be linking it into the group later on. And we will also be here to answer any questions you have going forward. Your price, because you are in this program, is actually $15.97. I know that one said $19.97, but since you have taken this challenge, we are cutting $400 so that you understand what is going to happen. So we hope you found that helpful, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.